Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the Fantasy Simpletons of Fantasy Football Show. I am your host, Kyle Fridlin. Joining me, as always, is my brother and co-host, Jake Fridlin. Jake,
what up?
What up?
Good morning, San Francisco.
San Francisco? Are you trying to do the Anchorman thing? I think it's San Diego.
About it. San Diego.
San Diego.
San Diego.
No, we are starting another episode of our Start and Sits for Week 7 this time around. We're almost at the halfway point in the season, which almost at the halfway point, Jake. You know what we're trying to do to the halfway point? We're trying to get to 100 subscribers. We're still on that grind. We're getting closer every time, but we're about 10 days away from trying to reach our goal. If you have watched any of our videos and you are not subscribed, please subscribe. What are you doing?
Yeah, come on,
You're doing nothing. Well, you could be doing something, because we're going to be out here and we're going to be letting our voices heard. We got opinions, and we should get through them right now. How about it, Jake?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hey.
Start flexing! Start flexing! Let's go! We got some Week 7 buys first to talk about. 2 Titans. We got the Bills and the Ravens. So we got some big names out. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson at QB. James Cook and Derrick Henry at running back. Not too much on the receiver end, just like Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, Zay Flowers, which it's good that it's not like a star-studded group of receivers, because there are a lot of big injuries at wide receiver this week to some top-end names. So it's going to be good that some people have some of those bigger names out there this week, because you're going to need to be scrambling to try to get certain guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dalton Kincaid and Mark Andrews as well. We can move on right to the Thursday night football game. We've got a divisional matchup, AFC North, always messy, always unpredictable. It's going to be the Steelers going up against the Bengals. Jake, anything in this matchup that gets your blood pumping?
I think it should be a good matchup for DK. I'm looking forward to DK just coming in and wrecking, especially with Calvin Austin out this week, or looking like trending he's towards being out. I think he's gonna get a lot of receptions, and this Bengals defense is not very good. So we'll see. But I would say that Warren is back. So
Warren should be pretty good in this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. And I like Joe Flacco. I'm going to be honest. I like him. I wouldn't necessarily start him unless I really needed to. Like, he's on most waiver wires, pretty sure, right now. Still, but hey, I don't know.
We haven't had the chance to talk about this on any of our episodes yet, but the Joe Flacco trade is quite amazing to me, because it feels like you took out Jake Browning for a guy that just got benched in week 4. That he's not too different from Jake Browning. He's just older.
Yeah.
You know? I understand if you might be a bit higher on it. I think it's the fact that he's been traded and he's like the new guy. I'm just not sold. Because we were sold on Jake Browning and it worked out so horribly.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we might have to wait and see. But this can either go two ways. Because of the Bengals' poor defense, it could be an absolute smashing from the Steelers, or this is going to be another AFC North rivalry game, which is going to be hard-hitting, low-scoring, and just all around maybe not the most fun to watch. But if it goes the former, then Aaron Rodgers, for the first time, I think this season, could be considered a possible starter for this week. Even with Calvin Austin out.
Definitely. Yeah, I'd have to agree. I would have to agree with that.
I think, dude, and Chase Brown. Oh, Chase Brown. You know what's amazing? Jaylen Warren last season, he was in this position where he just seemed to score like 10 points a game. And he never scored more or less, but he was stuck at 10 points a game. That's where Chase Brown is right now. He's just kind of stuck at 10 points a game. He'll get like 40 yards rushing and 4 catches for however many yards, and that's it.
Yeah, and the difference between the two, between him and Warren, is Warren has always had competition. This year, Chase doesn't even have competition, and he
doesn't have anything.
Those numbers. So
he's being his competition is the incompetence around him. That's the competition. But I don't know. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
What about this next matchup, though, that we're going into? This is going to be the Rams versus the Jaguars. Remember how I said there were some big name wide receivers that got hurt? Well, here's one of them. Puka Nacua. Probably the biggest name right now, which goodbye to some of those records that he was probably going to take, because now he's going to be out 2, maybe 3 games, which sucks as an NFL fan. Sucks for the Rams.
Definitely.
But there is a bit of a shakeup that can happen now with a big name like Puka being out. Some could be for the negative. I think Stafford is going to be in a position where he's not as strong for the next few weeks. He's going to be a bit more of a lower end, like higher QB2, but he's not like the go-to guy where he was looking to become. But Kyren Williams, he's going to be used a lot more. The last time that Puka Nacua was out, they focused a lot more on Kyren Williams, especially in the red zone. And Davante Adams is now going to be the number 1 receiver for Matthew Stafford, who loves number 1 receivers, because that's all he will target. So I think for these next few weeks, expect Davante Adams to be probably a top 10 receiver in terms of production.
Sure. Yeah, I completely agree. And I know we don't have the other guys on here, obviously, because they're on everyone's waiver wires. But, we could see something from Tutu Atwell, who's back from an injury. And maybe even Jordan Whittington. It's kind of a stretch to say that these guys will do, the pull decent fantasy numbers, but you never know.
It's always interesting when a guy that people were really excited for last season, and even though the excitement died down, he was completely forgotten about. So yeah, that's actually a really good name to bring up, of maybe he might get a little bit more touches and more chances in this offense here.
Yeah, could be.
We'll have to see. I mean, for the most part, just if you don't know already, if a player is not on this list, unless they're a superstar type talent, if they're not on this at all, this probably means that I do not believe that they are fantasy relevant at this point in time. Like for example, if you look at the Jacksonville Jaguars side, I don't have Travis Hunter there anymore. Because it just doesn't seem... You know what? I was wrong. I thought coming into the season, he was going to be more of an offensive guy because his coach was more of an offensive guy, and they were going to carve out a role for him to get big plays. Nope. He's not viable. He's just not on offense. He's just not a viable enough guy.
Yeah.
Dude, and all those people that were complaining, like, oh, what if he gets an interception? What are we going to do if he gets points as a defensive player? It's like, he barely gets points as an offensive guy as it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know, man. He's another guy that I think is still developing the NFL, especially in the roles that they have him on in Jacksonville. I think he's definitely someone that might emerge in the future.
Yeah.
But right now it's just it's not the best. But no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's a wait and see. You go ahead.
Yeah, it's wait and see, exactly. No, I was gonna say, but there's one guy that had a pretty decent week last week, who I think will be good. That's Brian Thomas.
Yeah, it was the best week he's had so far this
Yeah.
season. Did you see that play where he had a touchdown taken away, where it was deflected off the hands of a cornerback into his
Mhm.
hands for like a 60-yard
Yes.
touchdown?
That was crazy.
I mean, that's obviously more luck than anything else, but
Yeah.
he
True.
finally had what was the best game he had this season. He's slowly starting to put the pieces together.
Mhm.
And I think he's right on his way to being a top 20 wide receiver
Yeah.
again.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And we'll see on the other side. Trevor Lawrence he's so, I don't want to say mid because mid has kind of a harsh connotation, but he's so like just in the middle
He's always
of
been
just,
in the middle.
he's always been in the middle. And I want
And
to be a,
yeah. There's
I
always
want to
been
be,
hope for him to get outside of that perspective, but he just can't seem to shake it, man.
dude, I
Just
know.
cannot
It's
seem
so
to shake it.
weird.
And they're 4-2 team. It's like you'd think, right, that there's usually quarterbacks on 4-2 teams are pretty legit. But he's middle of the pack guy. I don't know what it is. It's interesting.
Well, they have to make a decision on him. I think sooner rather than later. I actually I can't say they can make a decision on him. They already signed him to an extension,
Yeah.
but the team has to figure out what is he really? Is he a
Right.
generational talent or is he like Jay Cutler,
Mm-hmm.
where he's like a guy that yeah, he's good and he can be great,
Mm-hmm.
but we just might not see it.
Right.
And only
That's-
the future can tell, only time will tell on that one.
yes.
But there are some other matchups here that we can check out here. How about the Saints going up to face the Bears? We talked about this. We had a video that released about like players to drop in Dynasty, and we talked about Juwan Johnson. But we
Mm-hmm.
can very quickly mention it here. The offense changed. It's not a pass-heavy offense anymore. It's more run-focused. They want to keep the ball out of Spencer Rattler's hands.
Yeah.
And Juwan Johnson, unfortunately, is a situational guy. And in this current form of the offense, he's not fancy viable anymore, which sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. It sounds like you had him in one of your leagues.
Yeah,
So it
I
sounds
did
like.
have him in one of my
Okay.
leagues, but I've
I was
also
gonna
really
say.
liked watching him play. I think he's a good
Yeah.
player. So it's unfortunate that he's kind of stuck in this position.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I
I
can't
agree.
even I can't even blame the team because they need to find a different way to win football games. Like that's the reason why you're in the business. It's not about how the stats look. You got to find a way to win. So they're just
Right.
changing to try to see what works.
Yeah. Which brings, you know, and then I think this is why people keep bringing up the everything revolving around Alvin Kamara, right? Is he going to
Yeah.
get traded? It looks like they're working up Kendre Miller. Like, if something happens to Kamara, if they trade him, which is looking like something that could actually happen, um, who are they going to get with that? How are they going to make this team any better? Like, I
I
don't really. There's just a lot that needs to happen. So that's kind of an interesting thing to look at, especially dynasty wise. For dynasty value, like, okay, what do do you want to keep Kamara? You trying to look to sell him now because he's losing touches. So if he stays on the team,
yeah.
I mean, it just seems like they're slowly transitioning him out. I don't know. At least the last few weeks, it hasn't looked great
I
for
try
his
to look
future
into
on
this.
this team.
He's still startable only because of the pass catching work that he
Yeah,
gets. Because
he's
Kendre Miller
he's great
does
at
not
that.
have any of that yet.
Hmm.
That's still all Alvin Kamara. So
Sure.
in that moment, he's still usable.
Yeah.
But we'll see if he's still usable if he's on a different team.
Right. Right.
And I'm trying to think of the Bears. The Bears are They fascinate me, but not in a good way.
Hmm.
I don't know. They're so odd to me. Like they are good. I can't say they're not good, but it's also not what I expected or what I wanted. Like Caleb Williams is doing since that like few weeks where they started really performing. The last couple weeks have been okay. Roma Dunze has been a little underperforming. Caleb's been okay. Swift's actually been doing. Sometimes he's awful. Sometimes he's really good.
Hmm.
It makes it a little tougher. And DJ Moore is a perfect example.
Right.
Like another one where sometimes he has awful weeks and then sometimes he has really good weeks.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm having trouble figuring out what this offense is, which makes it a little bit tougher to figure out who's startable for every week.
Yeah. I agree.
You know?
With the Bears, right?
Yeah.
It is definitely tough. It's definitely a tough one. And honestly, being totally transparent, I've never had anyone that's been on the Bears,
Yeah.
kind of because of that reason. The last few years they've just been up in the air, man, all over the place.
Yeah.
Obviously the best guy's been more, and that's only been kind of recently, last few years. So um, it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
I want to watch Caleb Williams as this season goes along. I want to see what level he can possibly get to because I
Mm,
still want to see that upgrade moment. I'm sure Ben Johnson wants to see it too. What's that big upgraded moment in the offense where it's like,
mm.
that's the guy?
Yeah. When's it gonna click?
When's it going to click? And maybe this is the matchup. Going against a 1-5 Saints team, that's a good pick me up.
Sure. Yeah.
I wish I could say the same for this next matchup, but neither team is really the pick me up because they're both 1-5. It's
Oof.
the Dolphins going against the Browns. Ooh, what a powerhouse matchup we got here.
Yeah. This is the battle of the defenses right
The
here.
battle of the defenses. Uh, I want to talk about the Browns first because I want to talk about Harold Fannin.
Let's do it.
This is
Yeah.
all dependent on if Njoku is out or not, which
Hmm.
is a bit up in the air. But if he is, Harold Fannin, one of the biggest
Yeah.
waiver wire gets this week. He's probably one of the better like safe tight end starts. I'm really excited to see what he can do
Me
if
too.
he's the starting tight end.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he is. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Njoku is actually out this week, so he should be the starting tight end.
Oh, perfect.
Last I heard. Last I
Yeah.
heard. So yeah, which it's good news for him. Um and yeah, I think especially with the production he was already getting, with Njoku there. They like him, and I'm just interested in seeing how Gabriel does, right?
Hmm.
Because he's still getting the hang of everything. And obviously, Gabriel is a must sit guy probably the rest of the season, to be honest, unless he starts showing us something. But yeah, I feel like he's still trying to figure out who his targets are. He had that good game with Njoku. Hopefully that translates over to Harold Fenton um, in this matchup, and uh, still holding out hope for some of these guys.
Yeah.
But obviously Judkins is a must start as well. I think last game he didn't produce very well, but I think it's about bounce back game for him personally.
Yeah. Should be a bounce back.
Yeah, definitely.
And then what about this like trio that we have on the Dolphins side here? Achan's a start every week. Waddle has been looking very good the last couple of weeks. This is a version
Mhm.
of Jaylen Waddle we haven't seen in a while. Darren
Yes.
Waller doing well. Man, they're doing great in fantasy. Can it translate to a win at some point, guys? Can you stop blowing it?
Dude, this team is gonna look different next year. I'll
It
just
can
tell you
look
that.
different by next month.
100%, 100%. I don't know if the coach is going to stay the same. Like there's a lot that's probably going to happen. Probably sooner than later. But yeah, man, Jaylen Waddle is looking so good though. He's really kind of taken over that Tyreek position, which everyone hoped and dreamed that he would. So that's exciting. I'd say he's a must start every week. And obviously Waller is such an interesting one too, because he's kind of assumed the position of, that Jonnu Smith had late last year, which was just touchdown heavy, you know, chuck down type guy, all the busy work, and it's interesting.
It was
They
seamless.
really love using those types of guys.
It was this seamless. It's like Jonnu Smith never left.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's him
Crazy.
or if I don't know if it's the offense that just uses him, but it boggles my mind. Like this was never a possibility I saw coming.
Exactly. Yeah. Even though it made so much sense, to be honest.
There's a lot of stuff that just makes a lot of sense when you, especially looking back, it's like, oh, we should have saw this coming. Yeah. Just like in the next matchup we have here, it's going to be the Raiders and the Chiefs. No, we should have saw it coming. And maybe it's because there have been a number of years where it's just like, oh, the name has felt overvalued, and oh, he's the face of the NFL. Patrick Mahomes is balling in fantasy right now. He's one of the top fantasy quarterbacks right now. He is continually scoring touchdowns, multiple passing touchdowns every week. He's the leading rusher in almost every single game he's in. On the Chiefs side, he's getting multiple rushing touchdowns along with it. This is getting close to like
he's got
prime
the team
Mahomes. Prime Mahomes era.
Definitely. Yeah, he's assumed the position of running back. I'm sure if he could be a wide receiver, he would be. It's just he's taken over like every aspect of this offense. And I will say Travis Kelce, even though I do agree he's not a must start every week, he's been consistent.
He's been consistent. I want to see how that changes though, because the big story is Rashee Rice is finally coming back. Right. This is the big game he's coming back, which is an even bigger bump for Mahomes. But how's this going to affect Worthy? How's this going to affect Kelce? How could it affect Rashee Rice? Because, he's been gone for since week 3 of last year. A lot of time has passed. A lot of things have changed in this offense. I want to see if he's still going to be used the same way where he was looking to be used last season.
Yeah. Yes. I know. No, that's the big news for sure with the Chiefs. And I think I kept seeing like some fake spam stuff, and it was like he went back to jail or something because something else happened to him.
What do you mean he went back to jail?
I don't know. I've seen some fake stuff, so for some reason that was messing with my mind, even though I heard he was coming back. Anyways, but
wait, what's the Instagram you're seeing this off? Super Real NFL News?
I don't know. No, it wasn't even Instagram. It was this like TikTok. Well, it's a TikTok video, so. But anyways, I know you can't trust that stuff. But he's gonna be good.
And the funniest part is that they're playing great on offense and everything's looking good, and they're 3-3. They're 500. So it's just, it goes to show nothing carries over from the last season. Their luck, the amazing luck winning streak that they had last year, that was like greater since like the NFL merger in the 60s. Now all of a sudden they're 500.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, part of me thinks that it's a ploy to get people off their backs. like that was actually happening. All the botched play call, all the botched
Yeah.
ref stuff.
And then they ruined it in that Lions game.
Yeah.
They had something going and then they ruined it. But they should dominate the Raiders in this matchup. They're missing Brock Bowers again. I think they said Brock Bowers is not going to be back in this game either. And with no Bowers, we saw this. I don't think this Raiders team is very good at all. And Geno Smith just looks like a shell of himself. He's looking like Jameis Winston out there, but not in a good way. The only one to trust is Jeanty. He's the only guy that I think you can trust in this offense to have like some sort of consistent production.
Yeah. I agree. I do like Myers. As long as Bowers is out, I think he could be a really intriguing piece to
He
start
could
if
be.
needed, or maybe even just if you if you think he could be better than someone you have, just because of how sorry, just because of how much they
No.
lean on tight ends in this team, basically.
There are a lot of good startable tight ends though this week, so you'd have to. I feel like have to be pretty desperate to be like, yeah, Michael Myers, my guy, for week 7.
Sure. No, there are a lot of decent tight ends this week.
There are some great options for this week, streamable guys.
Yeah.
Do we have any in the next matchup? No, we don't. There's no segue there, but we could just go right into it. The Eagles and the Vikings.
Hey, we have Goedert, bro.
Yeah, but he's not streamable anymore. He's off those waiver wires, dude.
You have him in a must-start position right now.
Because I've been looking back at these games, and man.
So let's talk about Goedert.
Dude, okay, yeah. For the last few years, it felt like we kind of had a good understanding of what Goedert was. But sometimes I used to watch him in games, and I'm like, man, every time he gets the ball in his hands, he's a good player. He makes cool plays.
Yeah.
Especially this last run in the playoffs. He had a lot of big plays, but I'm like, okay, but I know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
I know his role in this offense. Dude, he might have more of an established role right now than Brown or Smith.
Sure. Yeah.
From every week, it's just he consistently makes plays. He's getting more touchdowns than he's ever had in his career, and we're not even halfway into the year.
Boom.
So that's the big key difference. That's the benefactor. If he keeps that up, he'll be a top 5 tight end this year.
Yeah. There you go. So we should have segued into him. Point proven.
I know, but he's not streamable though. He's not streamable.
Yeah.
Because you can't pick him up.
Sure, but he's still a must start.
Absolute must start.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, I agree with you. And dude, honestly, at this point in the season, looking at Brown and Smith, I'm like, first of all, if I had both of them on my team, I would start Smith. I would start Davante Smith over AJ Brown. And that sounds crazy, but if we're looking at the stats, AJ Brown's done worse. And it hurts me to say I would start other guys over AJ Brown. Like he's a flex play at best, I think, based on his stats moving forward. Okay. I would not even say he's a wide receiver too, man. I just wouldn't. And
that's why he's in flex.
That is why. Yeah. I'm just saying.
I had that long thought, and I just had to. I can't take him out of flex right now because I just don't know.
I know, but
what's going to happen?
Exactly. People just need to realize, though, like, because I've been holding on to him, like on my team, thinking, okay, you know what, he's gonna do something this week. You just can't think that way.
Yeah.
We don't know if he's gonna have a pop off this season. He might not.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, I didn't pick up Davante Smith or AJ Brown in any of my leagues this year because I wasn't like super high coming into the season.
Mm-hmm.
If I had him on my
Yeah.
rosters right now, I would be ripping my hair out.
Yes. Yeah.
But if I could play devil's advocate here, the whole point of what they were doing on offense was because they kept winning football games. Was that it was a winning formula. Well, they just lost 2 in a row and they got easily beat by the Giants.
Yeah.
Of okay, something's not working here. So I wonder if this starts to get the ball rolling, a little bit of momentum on the side of the receivers of
Mm-hmm.
Davante Smith or AJ Brown to be like, no, you need to get us involved more. You need to play better passing the football.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yes.
So there is a chance this could change. And
Sure.
and while we're here, actually,
All
sorry,
right.
just one more thought, right, real quick. There seem to be 2 camps that are forming on AJ Brown right now. There's one camp saying, "Oh, he's a diva wide receiver. He's whining, he's complaining. Your team's winning. You're on a great team. You just won a Super Bowl last year. Shut up and play." Or there's the other side over here that's like, "No, he does have the right to be angry and mad because he is a big time game player that's being written out of these games." Like what camp do you think you would fall into? Do you think he's like being overly dramatic with it, or do you think he actually has a leg to stand on?
Um, I don't know.
I
I
always
think,
thought it was a bit of both.
yeah, I could see it as a bit of both.
Because I've seen it before
I
where it's like, if he brings it into games, that's where it's bad. That's where I'm
Sure.
more on the diva side. If you then bring that energy into the game and it makes you worse.
Yeah, I feel like it's tough because with that with his whole thing in large part it's a lot of speculation on our part, right?
Yeah.
Um, because we only see what the media lets us see, and so I don't know. I feel like it's a tricky situation with him, and I have hope, but I don't know. That's all I can really say. I have hope. I think he can get out of it. It
Yeah.
is what it is. What it is.
It
People get
is what it
in these
is.
mindsets. He could he could get traded to a different team. And it could be different. I don't know. Maybe it's just because he's been on the Eagles. There might be something there.
Oh,
Not
that'd be
really
wild if
sure.
he got
I'm not
traded.
really sure. Yeah, it would be crazy. But I digress. All interesting things with the Eagles. As interesting as they are, should we talk about their counterpart in this matchup?
Yeah. The Viking. I mean, there's not too much change here. I think I put Mason in a start position only because I'm not as convinced about the Eagles D line as I was a
Mhm.
number of weeks ago. They've let some running backs run over them the last couple of weeks. We'll see if Aaron Jones comes back. Addison is still a good flex, but this offense is going to live or die on the quarterback. JJ McCarthy is probably coming back in this game from his injury. We need to see better. I don't know exactly what we're going to see, but we need to
Yeah.
see better than what we saw before.
Mhm.
Because that's the only way this offense is going to move and score any points.
Sure. No, I'm with you.
Because that's all it is for the Vikings. I can't really assess them too hard right now until I see what McCarthy does.
Yeah. I will
I'd rather.
say
Oh, sorry. No, you go.
no. Finish your thought.
No. I was going to move on to another team, but if you have one more thought, you can.
Oh, yeah. I think I was just thinking about how Aaron Jones is going to come back
Yeah.
eventually, and how you know, um, Like we just got to take advantage of this Jordan Mason time while we have it. Whoever has Jordan Mason. Because honestly, I do think that it probably might lean towards Mason, but they have Aaron Jones, so they're going to use him, I think. And but we're okay now because he's not back, anyways. Just wanted to say that. How's it?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, get ready. We got some Panthers action. Good old Bryce Young and Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard.
Let's go.
They're going to go up to face an absolutely winless
Yes, sir.
team. The 0-6 Jets. Oh
Dude,
my
0-6 is
gosh.
crazy.
And it's
That's
getting,
crazy.
and this isn't even the worst of it. Since we're already on it, let's talk about the Jets. I had the chance to look back at that Broncos game. Holy crap, was it bad?
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
know.
gosh, was it bad?
I saw a lot of it myself.
So awful. And the worst
Crazy.
part is Garrett Wilson got hurt. This is red freaking alert. He could be out multiple weeks. Who do they have on their offense?
Everyone's
Josh Reynolds now becomes the wide receiver 1. I don't think he's even done anything this season. Has he?
Well, let's say wide receiver 2 just because Mason Taylor's there as obviously the tight end
has
one.
to.
But he's going to take so much of the work, I think.
He has to take so many work. At the very least, he's going to take an infinite amount of targets. Breece Hall's also going to get so many targets out of the backfield.
Yes.
Because they don't have anywhere else to go. We'll see if it actually results in a huge amount of catches, because as Panthers are not a good defense, but even they're smart enough to be like, oh, if we just cover this one guy, if we put like 3 guys on him, then it's all on Justin Fields, who allowed 9 sacks by the Broncos defense, and most of those he just sat around forever.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's getting bleak for the Jets if they can't figure something out.
It's tough. It's super tough.
It's made even more apparent because on the other side, we got this bright freaking light over here on the Panthers, because we have Rico Dowdle, 400 plus rushing yards in 2 games. This unbelievable running back who is showing why he deserves to be in the NFL as a starter. After this season's done, I want to see him either re-sign with this team for a bunch of money or sign with another team to be the starting running back.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. And if Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle can get the ground game going, it's going to make everybody great. It's going to make Bryce Young great. It's going to be so good. You know?
Yes, I know. Yeah. No, you're exactly right. He's absolutely killing it right now. As in I'm talking about Dowdle. Yeah, he's just, dude. He's so good. And every time I think about it, I think about how much the Cowboys messed up, really. I think Dowdle's, dude, honestly, I think Dowdle's better than Javonte. I think
he signed with Carolina for $5 million. Imagine what sort of lowballing the Cowboys did on him.
Yeah. And
that's the worst part.
They paid Javonte more than that. For sure.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. But
it would have looked so much worse if Javonte came out and looked like old Javonte.
Yes. Oh,
like
that terrible.
It would have been so bad.
So laughable. Yeah. But yeah, he's on the Panthers. He's looking great. I do like this team. It's a fun team to watch, I think.
Yeah.
Because of all these interesting guys. I mean, I feel like everyone's rooting for Bryce Young. I mean, I know we are Bryce Young fans. But it is tough to start him still. I'm with you on that.
It's still tough to start him, but I think if this game gets a bit more balanced, we can see what happened last season.
Yeah.
And the future could be better.
Really
I'm
could be.
hoping, man.
Yeah, gotta hold out that hope, bro.
Yeah.
Gotta do
And
it.
McMillan, I said it on this show, and guess what? He got 2 touchdowns off of 3 catches. So he took a step forward and then a step back to somehow be in the same spot he was. But it's still an improvement. I'll
Yeah.
count it as a win.
We'll take it.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
He just needs a touchdown and the yards in the same game. He'll do it one day. He'll do it one day.
We'll see.
But some teams
yeah.
are just performing on a high level right now. And I see one team that's performing at a high level is the Patriots, specifically
Oh
Drake
man,
May.
I thought you were gonna say the Titans. Come on, bro.
Well, actually,
Have faith, Kyle. Have faith.
really quick, because this happened I believe it just happened yesterday. Our first one of the season.
Fired!
Yes.
Brian Callahan officially fired after his 1-5 start with the Tennessee Titans. Saw it coming. I didn't know what week it was going to happen, but
it seems kind of early.
it does, but there's
6.
usually a firing around this
7.
time every year. And Brian Callahan, he didn't belong as a head coach. He just wasn't at that level. And this team, you never know. Sometimes teams after a firing, they can get like an interim coach in there and there could be like a bit of a spark for a week or two. So maybe we might get that with the Titans here, but let's not get our hopes up because they look like still bottom of the league right now.
Yeah, they do. They do. So they're coachless right now.
They're coachless right now. You know, they're also Calvin Ridley-less.
Yes.
Oh no, Calvin Ridley. All the fantasy managers panicking in the streets of like, oh no, what could we possibly do without our Lord and Savior Calvin Ridley?
For real. Oh man.
Are you high on Ayomanor for this week?
Dude, I'm a little bit higher. Not gonna lie. I still there's a list of people I would start over him, but like there's so many injuries, dude, with so many wide receivers right now. I would try him out. Okay.
Sure.
Why not? You know, he's going to be taking the bulk of the work with Okonkwo. It's basically him and Okonkwo. There's no one else. So I would do it. I would do it. I would try him. Yeah.
Yeah. I could see it. For me, I'm still putting him as a sit because he'll probably be going up against Christian Gonzalez on the Patriots side. So
yes.
for me, no thank you. But
that part,
yeah,
hey, you saw what he did against Travis Hunter in college, man.
Oh man, dude, everybody saw what he did against Travis Hunter in college. 5 years from now, he's gonna be telling his kids like, "Hey, did you see what I did against Travis Hunter in college?" It's like, yes, Dad. We all know what you did against Travis Hunter in college.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if he could do anything, but yeah, I agree. It's a tough defense to go up against.
Yeah, and what about Drake May? Dude. I think we are getting every week we're getting a little bit closer to seeing a new star quarterback in the NFL. I don't know if I'm not like talking about like top 5 overall quarterback, but like in that echelon of like 8 to 10 quarterbacks, I think by the end of the season, people will be talking about him in that conversation.
Sure.
And you know what? I'm done. I'm done predicting who's going to do well in this offense week to week. I'm just going to enjoy the ride. I'm done predicting it. They're all either going to be in flex or start because I'm just I don't want to anymore. It's a confusing offense. They don't follow any patterns, so why try to follow a pattern that doesn't exist?
Agreed. I would even say that Diggs should be under the flex position, being completely honest. I mean,
he's the only one I'll give some grace to. The only one, and that's and we'll see. And we'll see. We'll see.
That's a personal choice. But yeah, I feel like With the numbers he's been pulling, it's too inconsistent for me.
Oh,
It's tough
Jake,
to trust.
are you ready? It's time for our weekly Cam Skattebo talk. We got the Giants going up against the Broncos.
What's going on, Big Blue? Hey, it's 4-4-6 in a trap. Big time.
Oh,
Let's go.
Mr. Cam Skattebo. Maybe it's a little presumptuous to put him as a start going up against the Broncos defense, but this man scored 3 touchdowns against the Philadelphia Eagles. This creatine Caucasian, this crayon-eating psychopath, this super adrenaline junkie, this super killer from Rio Linda, California.
Yeah.
This is a guy. This is the man, the myth, the legend. Skattebo!
Skattebo! Dude, that was so crazy. When he ripped his shirt off. He didn't just
Fully
take it
ripped
off.
it.
Ripped it down the middle.
I mean, every
post-game show, that was so good.
Everybody's been talking about in the last couple of weeks. There's a new video every few days that pops up with this guy. He's gonna be one of the new personalities of the NFL that the league is gonna want to market.
Oh yeah.
They see the money in him, and the Giants see what he and Jackson Dart can bring to this team. Jackson Dart coming down with his one eye face paint.
Exactly, dude.
They're cool.
They're the most marketable team right now, I think. The most different. And I think it's the complete 180. It's not only the personalities, right, on their team. It's the football that they're playing, bro. It's good football. Cam is wrecking through guys, get to the end zone, and Jackson Dart is putting up some nice numbers. They're the play calls they have, I commend the Giants for, to be honest. Some of these run plays with Jackson Dart look super clean.
Dude, I mean, he's taking a beating out there.
Yeah.
He's thrown his body around like he's Josh Allen.
He is, but he's winning, man. He's looking good. He's not getting hurt, but he could. But I don't know. I just really respect this team, and it's making me want to become a
dude.
Giants
I know.
fan. It's crazy.
You know what it is? They get both demographics. They get the young guys because Cam Skattebo and Jackson Dart, they're both rookies. They're both young. But then it's getting the older football players where it's now that's how a white guy runs the football.
Yeah.
What happened to all the power guys? What happened to the guys that will just knock you out when they run? They're just they're those type of guys.
Sure.
Dude, that's just, I don't know. I mean, the passing game is not much to talk about, though.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it yet. Wan'Dale Robinson, he made a big play, but outside of that big play was didn't really do anything else in that game. So I'm just gonna assume that was an outlier play.
Yeah, that's safe to assume. I like him as a lower level flex.
Yeah,
but
if you need to.
If you need to, I'd say. Yeah.
What about the Broncos here? Because I think this is kind of a reverse. Even though the Giants are 2-4, everybody's into them and like them, and they want to see them succeed. And there's hype around this team, excitement. The Broncos are 4-2, and yet it doesn't feel like there's that same excitement around them right now.
No, it does feel like they should be the 2-4 team in this matchup.
It's weird because they're not a bad football team. I can't sit here and say they are, but it feels like they're missing something still.
Yeah. They have their games. It seems to be on and off. One game, they look good. The other game, they barely scrape by. And it is really interesting. I don't really know what is leading to that, but it makes me a little scared for Bo Nix, even though we know what he can do.
Yeah.
It's a little bit tougher. And for that reason, I would say I don't know if he's a must start anymore, but I'm still holding out hope. because I know this team can do so. Yeah. Sutton as well.
One.
I think just fantasy-wise, this year's different than it was last year.
Very
You know what I
different.
mean? Yeah. And I feel like the Mims and Franklin debate, like for a second there, it was looking like Franklin. And then
it was
wait,
Mims.
maybe it's Mims. And then
then it
now
was
it's
Franklin.
like they both but now it's like they're both just terrible.
They're both just lower end playmakers on the team.
Yeah. I wouldn't even throw them in my flex. They're so unpredictable.
They're just so risky at this point.
So,
but I don't know. The main core starters I think are all the same because I haven't seen enough to take them out yet. But we're getting to crunch time, guys. On is Bo Nix really a every week starter? I'm not sure yet anymore. If he really is, he's kind of falling into more of like QB 12 to 15 range.
Yeah. Like watch his matchups. If the matchups are good, then
then go for it.
Could be go for it. But it's situational for sure.
Here's some more interesting matchups though. How about Colts versus Chargers?
Man.
Chargers, another injury at receiver. I mean, this happened the week prior, but Quentin Johnston, we don't know if he's playing or not. That changes a lot about this team. It changes the viability of Vlad McConkey, who would be a great start. Keenan Allen, who maybe might be more if he gets touchdowns, you're happy. If you don't, you're probably not. That feels like the category he's starting to fall into. This can depend on how startable Justin Herbert is. Even their new tight end, Oronde Gadsden. Johnston is a piece that if he's gone, it changes a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, Kimani Vidal. We tried to figure out who it was last week that was going to be. Well, it's Kimani Vidal. Yeah. And he looked good enough in his matchup to where I think he's a good flex.
Yeah, he really did.
To pick up.
On 18 touches, I think it's hard to say that he is not the starter moving forward. For the next few weeks at least. But definitely interesting to watch. They could throw more Haskins in. Just kind of have to see. But I like Vidal as a flex play. In this matchup, the Colts defense they're decent. So it's an interesting one to watch, and I wonder if Johnston will have an effect on Kimani Vidal. If he's back, that's kind of interesting.
I think it's the ground game. They kind of try to keep it separate from the pass enough, so I don't think Johnston being gone is going to affect Vidal too much.
Yeah.
But it might affect, depending on the game script, how usable he is. How about the Colts, man? They're 5-1.
Crazy.
But 5-1 with an asterisk. In my mind, most of those wins have not been against great teams. So getting to put them against the Chargers, who aren't an amazing team right now, they're missing some pieces here and there. They're getting a bit prone to injuries, but they're definitely a tough defense, and it's a tough matchup for all these guys. I'd still put them all in the same places, though. It's about the same as it was the last few weeks with the Colts. Same starts, same flex, same sits guys.
Yeah, agreed. But I think we could also probably say that Warren is a bit higher than he was. I feel like every week he's been slowly rising as their, maybe their number one option on this team.
Could we get a third year in a row of a number one tight end being a rookie?
dude.
You know, I mean,
Right.
it's not out of the realm of
It's not.
possibility. There's no
No.
like one dominant tight end yet this season.
Yeah, he's top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it. I really like Warren. He's just a playmaker, and he's working so well with Jones. So it's fun to watch for sure.
Man, I can't believe I had the shot to take him in a rookie draft, and I took Henderson because he managed to fall all the way to me. And man, that
Dude.
looked so good at the time.
Which one was that one that we're in together?
No, it was a
Oh.
friend league I was in,
Okay.
but man, it hurt.
Dude, I feel like a genius because I took a chance on Warren in every league I had the chance to. It paid off.
I took chances on Loveland, and that worked out so freaking well for me, didn't it?
Dude. And that's the difference between me and you.
That's the difference between
Not all people can be visionaries.
That's the difference between the good and the great.
No.
We got a matchup here of the Packers going against the Cardinals. Should be an easy matchup for the Packers because who the Cardinals have left outside of Trey McBride? If Harrison is gone, Murray's projected to be gone.
Jeez.
They're down to their 3rd and 4th string running backs. It could be 5th string depending on how you look at it. The offense is gone.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to talk about anybody on the Cardinals. So I'm just gonna like ignore that whole section of the pie. Anybody on the Packers side that you're really into this week?
Well, I know who you're into this week.
Yeah.
But no, I'd say the Packers have kind of been the same as well.
Yeah.
The past few weeks. Consistently, who we have here, Love, Jacobs, and Tyler Kraft. I know you're big on Tyler Kraft.
Good old Kraft mac and cheese, man.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
He's always good. Dobbs, I think he's the one guy I would have moved. I probably would have put him in flex.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one guy. He's sit is a little too harsh. He's been doing better, and I've been the ultimate like guy against Romeo Dobbs, and I can say he's been doing solid with some of the guys out.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. And because some guys have been out, he's been consistently like the look to target or one of them, him and Kraft for wide receivers. So yeah, I agree. I could see him as low end flex, but outside of that, not too much different.
Yeah. I know it's October, but Jake, do you like presents?
Yeah, okay.
Do you like presents?
Presents are cool.
It's not Christmas time, but how about a couple of starts? How about everybody being a start?
Hey, come on.
You get a start. You get a start. You get a start.
Dang.
Everyone gets a start. I think in this Commanders-Cowboys matchup, this is going to be an absolute... Everybody has potential to be a top player in this game on both sides. The Cowboys defense is so awful. It's so bad. It's so trash. Your defense is so bad. I don't have a punchline to that joke.
Yeah. No. I think you're right. Come to think of it.
I think it's just about everything here. On the Commander side, everybody's a must play. If McLaurin's playing, then he's a must play too on both the pass catching and the running back. And the Cowboys have been doing too good to say no to so far on any of their players.
Yeah. Agreed. And dude, let me hit you with this. This.
All right. Wait, I'm waiting to be hit.
You ready?
Yeah.
Ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
All right, bro. I know we were talking about Warren as potentially the number one tight end. Okay, I can see it. I
think I know where you're going.
You think I know? You think you know?
I know exactly what you mean.
Jake Ferguson, baby. Still on that hype train. Never left Oh, what am I saying? Left on that hype train, and it has left the station so long ago for me. Everyone was counting him out. I say this every time just because everyone was counting him out. Okay? And look at him now. It only had to take the injury of one of the best fantasy players for him to pop off. But
I was about to, that would be my answer, is I don't know what he's going to do once CeeDee Lamb comes back.
Sure. But hey, gotta hold out hope. Am I right? All those Jake Ferg fans out there.
Dude, well, honestly, here's the thing. I think we're forgetting about George Pickens here, who has been so awesome in these last few weeks. And people have been saying it like, dude, he's going to get a massive contract at the end of this season.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be with the Cowboys. I don't know. It can't be because they have CeeDee Lamb signed all that money. Mm-hmm. So wherever he's going to go, he's such an interesting dynasty option right now of like, okay, who's he going to be with? Who's the quarterback that's going to throw to him next season? What team is he going to be on?
Yeah.
Because he's setting himself up to get a big, big contract and be one of the top free agents of the offseason.
He's a good ball player. And it does beg the question of like, is he best when he's wide receiver 1? You know, because he stepped up into that position with CeeDee out. Or is he, you know, is he a decent wide receiver 2 piece that people want to keep around? I
think it depends on who's throwing it to him.
I think so.
He seems dependent on the play of the quarterback.
Sure.
So, and with Dak Prescott balling out the way he is, I can't see it being anyone else right now.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool if he was on the trade him for Cooper Kupp. You know, let's see something. Go on the Seahawks.
Trade him for Cooper Kupp? Oh, no.
I don't know, bro.
Dude, crazy. Dude, you know what's crazy right now? The time we're filming this is I forgot to do waiver wire stuff. So there's like 8 minutes before some of the waiver wires go out. So I'm making some fast picks right at the end of it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so let's do it. This is Sunday Night Football. We got the Falcons taking on the 49ers. And I feel like we can knock this out in 60 seconds. What can we say about the Niners that we haven't said every week? Everybody's might be hurt. That's it.
I mean, there's kind of big news though.
Yeah.
With George Kittle coming back to practice.
They think he might be coming back.
No, he's returned to practice this week. He's back in practice. So
I was about
I don't know
to
if
say.
that means he'll actually be coming back in a game, but could be this week.
It's a good starting point.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I want to see it. I'm so excited to finally get Kittle back, especially as a Kittle manager myself. He's going to be nuts, especially with this many guys out. If he comes back fully 100%, he's going to go off in these games, man.
Dude. Yes.
There's not too much to say either way. Big props to the Falcons for their big win against the Bills. Did not see that coming.
Yeah.
But it was off the back of one player, and that was Drake London being an absolute beast. Yeah. He was like almost 90%. You know how we watch Seahawks games and JSN is the one like catching like 80% of the passes?
Mm-hmm.
Drake London caught like 90% of the passes in this game. He was the entire passing game.
Dang.
So if everybody was saying to buy low on him, if you didn't, you missed out. You missed your chance.
Totally.
You won't be able to get him now.
Yeah, I agree.
Whew. Nothing else really changes there, though.
Yeah, it's all pretty much the same on that.
It's all pretty much the same, and I'm not too excited about either team still at the moment.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I am still so surprised at how the Niners are 4-2.
It is so weird, isn't it? They just
also real quick. Sorry, we'll go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
I was just going to mention Fred Warner.
Okay, I was going to mention Fred Warner too.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We both have the same mind.
Yeah. It just sucks. And that might hurt the team a little bit more. So we'll have to see what happens there. I mean, because he was a pretty integral, you know what I'm trying to say.
Integral.
Integral.
Take a breath.
Sorry. It's getting late over here. Integral part of the team, to be honest, as a leader, as a player. So that sucks. But he's out the rest of the season.
Yeah, and that defense is probably going to crumble without him.
Yeah.
But even though I'm not super excited about this matchup, here comes a big one, dude. Oh, yes. We got the Bucks taking on the Lions. This is another one. I would have done the same thing as I did in the Commanders-Cowboys game, where pretty much everybody is a start on both sides, except there's so many guys that could or could not be playing on the Bucs side.
I know. That's tough.
We got some news that like Godwin is probably not going to play. Bucky Irving's probably not going to play. Mike Evans still up in the air. We haven't heard official stuff from Egbuka, but I think it's going to be leaning towards he's going to be out too.
Yeah.
So I think depending on if for certain receivers, if you need an emergency option, look at guys like K. Dotton, for example. Perfect guy right now. We saw it last season when all these receivers were out. He stepped up big time, and he was playing like a top tight end.
Mm-hmm.
So for the amount of time, whether it's a week or 2 weeks, he should be perfect for these matchups.
Yes.
As long as he's got Baker Mayfield, as long as the team has Baker Mayfield, they're set.
Yeah. For sure.
You know? Because Baker has just been unbelievable.
He has, and that's the crazy part. Even with all of the injuries that have plagued this team, he's still been the guy leading this team. And I think it speaks to how well their depth is at wide receivers. Like, this team has good receivers, bro.
Yeah.
Deep, good receivers. Speaking of interesting potential waiver wire grabs, just because we don't know how long Mbuka might be out, but we talked about this on another video, so I'll just quickly say the names. Tez Johnson, Cameron Johnson, 2 Johnsons.
Get the Johnsons out there.
Could be good. And I think we like Tez Johnson a little bit more just because he's kind of a bigger name. But Cameron Johnson actually outproduced him this last game. Not by much. They both had, I think, 4 targets. But Tez only caught 1 or 2 of those, and Cameron caught all 4.
Yeah.
So, and scratch that. Tez actually got 3 targets for 1 catch.
We would just have to see on these guys. Like,
you will.
If it's any chance, it would be this week. We don't see a lot of what they can do. This might be the only real shot Tez Johnson gets this season. Mm-hmm. So I'm rooting for him. I like his story, and I want to see what he can do.
Exactly. Me too.
And let's finish this off here, because these were 2 Monday night games again, because they're just going to keep doing this. But we got a second one here. It's going to be our boys, the Seattle Seahawks. Woo!
Come on.
They're going to be at home going to face the Texans, which, by the way, our at-home win-loss record is abysmal for some reason now. We, for some reason, suck at home. So figure it out, Seahawks, because you're 4-2, and I want to root for you because there's so much to like right now.
Yeah, I feel like some of these new guys just aren't used to the stadium yet. Sam Darnold, Cooper Kupp. I don't know.
I don't know, but it was going back to last season too. That's where kind of the streak was. So yeah, I don't know. It feels like a weird just think, because we're impeccable on the road.
Right.
We win on the road all the time. But we just can't figure it out in the day. But maybe this changes. We could start by looking at it's going to be a tough matchup because we're facing the Texans. Obviously, we say this every week. Texans have a great defense.
Yeah.
They're going to be really good in this matchup. It's going to be tough for us in this. I have like Walker as a very cautious start because he's not showing as much these last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And, Horton and Kupp kind of feel like interchangeable right now. So they're both in like sit position, but everything else is pretty much the same here.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, I'm liking the Seahawks defense more and more again, even though there's, some injuries. So I believe that's why they kind of took a step back. I think they're starting to gain more momentum, and especially with a matchup like this, I like their defense. So I would be pretty low on Texans players personally. But it is tough to count Collins out just because of how elite he is, even though he hasn't done that great this season.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I kind of feel the same way. With some of this stuff, our run defense has been a lot tougher than people might think. It's tougher than advertised. So for this week, I would keep them in a sit just to see what happens. Even though I am starting to get a little high on Woody Marks, and I do want to see more.
Yeah, same here.
But that should do it. That is the end of our start and sits for week 7. Thank you so much for listening to us. How can we end this off? Well, how about this? You can find us on Instagram.
Boom.
You can find us on
Boom.
X. You can find us on TikTok.
Boom, boom.
You can listen to us on Spotify and Apple
Whoa.
Podcasts. Boom.
Yep. Yeah.
Anything you want to say before we go off the air?
No, just thank you guys. Appreciate you. See you in the next video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In a complex fantasy world where there are a lot of decisions out there, just remember to stay simple. Good night, everyone.